Yo, what is going on, you gorgeous Glaceons? Today we're playing some games with BeastBox. This is Kreckler's list that he managed to get top 32 with at Denver Regionals. Yeah, BeastBox made a little bit of a showing at Denver Regionals. Nothing too big. There were some rather solid players like Kreckler. Playing the deck overall, I didn't have the best performance. The best performing list was 18th place. I think the only one that made day two was Kreckler, but there were some other solid players who did choose to play it. I didn't quite get through from day one to day two, so there was a little bit of hype behind the deck at the tournament overall. I wasn't blown away. I'm currently still not blown away by the deck, but I think it actually is pretty solid with the games I've played for the matchups that it is trying to beat. I do think it has like a favorable Zapdos matchup. It's pretty good against Pikarom as well, and also solid against Zoroark. Shortcomings are to stuff like Malamar, but Malamar is kind of in a rough spot right now with the Pikarom and Zapdos matchups being pretty rough, and then the Zoroark matchup, depending on the Zoroark build, being rough as well. There's not a lot of favorable or even like 50-50 matchups for Malamar in the current format. So the BeastBox deck actually isn't in too bad of a spot in the current meta. So yeah, this is Kreckler's list. Gonna be showcasing that today with some games. So let's go ahead and get into those. Not much else to go over. Nothing else from me. Let's get to it. Getting into the first game here, we are going first. We got a draw supporter, 2 Poiples. Not gonna bench the second one just quite yet until we see what the heck's going on with our opponent, and then we'll make the decision from there. Nothing that's really gonna mess with us by not putting this down. Grass, yep, it is the Celosaur as feared. So we definitely want to be aggressive here into punching the Celosaur as hard and as quickly as possible. That's gonna be our game plan. Don't really want to put this in play because of fear of losing it on the next turn. So I think we are going to, we could at least attach a fighting to our, no, they could be playing Crushing Hammer. Just going to go ahead and pass. So Spit Poison is actually really good in this matchup. So we're definitely going to look to Spit Poison this Celosaur. Maybe, it depends how hard we could potentially hit it. But yeah, poisoning the Celosaur is actually really good. So we might just look to do that. Because it's really awkward for our opponent to move the Celosaur consistently, or heal it even, depending on what build they're playing. If they are playing the mixed herbs, a little bit less so, but it can potentially be pretty tough for them to heal the special condition off. So poisoning them can actually be pretty effective. But yeah, we'll kind of have to wait and see here. So far, we have a pretty slow start. Don't really want to Erica's just yet. Could Ultra Space for another Stack Attacka and then go with the Spit Poison. I kind of like that idea. Getting the Stack Attacka means we won't get knocked out by the Celosaur, and then we get to poison them, which is just kind of cool. It's just kind of a cool thing we can do. I'm gonna go hold the Ericas. Go ahead and hold the Ericas for a turn. We should at the very least get a Shaman on the bench out of our opponents. We'll draw a +1 from the Ericas. They might bench 2 Shamans, maybe some other stuff. We got a couple extra draws off the Ericas, but Ericas for 2 is super weak and definitely not what we want to be doing. So definitely would like a couple extra cards if possible, please, sir. May I have a couple extra cards? Yeah, and then we'll kind of go from there. We have a decent amount of healing in our deck as well. We play the 3 Max Potion and 1 Acerola. So even though they play a lot of healing, we play a reasonable amount ourselves. So we can kind of keep up with them for a little while. The GX attack is the big one that can kind of like, you know, fully reset the Celosaur, which is like the big thing to deal with. But yeah, we can keep up for a little bit. Yeah, so there's the 30 damage, burn poisoned. We're alive, we're still living. It's a big deal in this matchup. So now we're going to be hitting the Ericas for 2 because they chose to not bench anything. I was expecting maybe at least a Shaman. Not so lucky in this one though. Yeah, Ericas for 2 first here. Alright, and Nest Ball is reasonable to get another stack of attack. Reducing the damage even further that our opponent can potentially do. And then we're going to Ultra Space for a Naganadel. And I'm going to debate Max Potioning this thing. I wouldn't mind if they GX attack us, they would knock us out next turn. Does it remove special conditions? Heal all damage. So we could Max Potion it right now. But I almost want to hold off on that and just go ahead and Beast Raid. I'm actually kind of unsure about the best way to go about this situation. We don't have any Beast Ring or anything, so we could just heal it for a turn. and the next turn retreat. But I kind of want to retreat the energy the turn I heal it. So I'm just going to go ahead and Beast Raid. If they want to GX attack this early on, I think I'm just going to be okay with that. I think that's kind of fine. So I think that'll be fine. Yeah, if they want to GX attack this early on, that's fine. If not, Solar Beam for 130 is also an option, but Pollen Hazard is probably a little bit better than the Solar Beam, I would imagine. So I'd expect to get Solar Beamed here. We could have also just retreated, not evolved, then evolved this one attached to this one, I guess. Tails on that Crushing Hammer, that's pretty good for us. Maybe they don't even have another grass, which means they can't even GX attack, which would also be pretty good for us. I don't think we can knock them out next turn. There's a Gardenia. Now we definitely cannot knock them out this turn. It is off the table, not even close to being an option. I've done the math. All right, calm down there, bud. Almost able, getting close to being able to instruct for cards, but not quite. All right, so they will conserve their GX attack here. Alrighty. Yeah, I think the big thing is they do play Crushing Hammer, which means we would actually like probably run out of energy like pretty reasonably soon. Not gonna lie. Erica's for 2 here first. All right, now we're getting some options, some better options. I guess we do kind of want another Naganadel here instead of another stack. Yeah, retreat into this one. I'm not gonna max push him quite yet. Kind of unnecessary as of right now. With another Fighting Energy, I'm kind of like debating when I'm gonna start attaching the metals and just kind of give up on the Assembly GX attack. Ever seen play? I mean, it's pretty good. It hits really hard. But it does require 2 metal. It can be awkward to set up. We have to draw prizes first initially to even get to the point where we can use it. So, yeah, I'm not sure about that. So, yeah, the poison damage has definitely been doing a lot of work. So, I'm actually pretty glad we used that Spit Poison early on. Like I said, it's really awkward for them to actually move the Celebi Venusaur around consistently. There's a counter stadium, and it is the Life Force. Definitely want to bump that ASAP. One thing nice about this Ultra Beast deck is it does play a lot of stadiums. They missed the Instruct for 1 there, I think. Oh, no, they had 2 left. Draw 4. Okay, yeah. The 4 Ultra Space, super nice. You can pretty easily just win the Stadium War against pretty much every deck in the current format, or the current meta. You pretty much win Stadium War against everything, pretty much. Like I don't think it's too close against anything else. So here's mistake from our opponent. Benching down 3 non-Celebi Venusaur Pokemon. Opens it up so that we only have to KO 1 Celosaur and then Guzma 3 times to win the game, which is definitely going to be our strategy now. There's a Crushing Hammerheads, and we're going to get Pollen Hazard again. Pollen Hazarded attached to the bench, so they're going to get Instruct for 2 as well. This matchup definitely feels tough, but we're in a state where we can still win it. Just kind of have to keep pushing through. Hopefully have Bills get us something reasonable. I think our game plan is going to be to keep pressuring this as much as possible, and then go into our GX attack with a Buzzwole to take a knockout on Celosaur, then look to chase 3 eventually. Excuse me. Alright, Bill's analysis here. Ultra Space, definitely want to get rid of that, and then I think a Beast Ring is also probably the way to go here. And get this Ultra Space in play, and I'm going to go ahead and find ourselves a Buzzwole so we can Beast Ring to it sometime soon. Let's check our energy count. There's 511 in the deck right now. Definitely want to hold on to that fighting, so I think we're going to put the metal here and then go for the flip. And I kind of want to bench the Buzzwole as well. Kind of unsure about that fully, but I think we could bench it. Debating. We would hit a little bit harder. Yeah, let's go for it. We have another Buzzwole in the deck, so nice. Heads on the Beast Raid. Yeah, a little bit lucky there, but sometimes you just need to get a little bit lucky, man. So they're no longer poisoned. Did I miss something? Does this remove special conditions? Does this remove special conditions? Oh, it does. All right. So Life Forest was the curer of the poison there, I guess. Yeah, I was like, how did that happen? What's going on here? But yeah, Life Forest gets the job done here. We're healing their Celebi Venusaur. All right, there's another grass. So the GX attack hits for 240, which is not quite enough to KO a Celebi Venusaur through the GX attack. So that's a little. We're still gonna have to like soften it up initially, and then GX attack knock it out, and then we're gonna be looking to chase from there. Chase down these 3. Is possible. The thing I definitely want to look out for here is actually just running out of energy. I think that's going to be a big thing here for us, is actually just running out of energy, which would be definitely possible. Really rough to deal with. And go ahead and check their 2 crushing hammers down. Oh, so they went with a solar beam here. So we can do 150 with this. Not quite going to be a knockout, though, because of the Aether Paradise. We could get the Beast Energy, so we could play for that. This guy currently does not die to burned, so I think we will hard retreat it. Yeah, hard retreat. This guy does get knocked out by the GX attack, but will not get knocked out if we max potioned it. So I think I'm going to max potion it. And this one's a complicated one. Attach, and I could play the Judge. It's likely we would find a Beast Ring anyways, and I would like to see more cards and potentially another draw supporter. So I am going to Judge here. Oh, we got the Beast Energy. I guess I could have not attached, but that's like so risky. Definitely didn't want to go about it that way. And then risk whiffing. So it is just going to be for the 120. Oh, no, because we didn't replace the stadium, so 30 more damage. Not quite. We've had to replace the stadium as well. So yeah, not quite enough. Now, yeah, we're not in too awkward of a spot. If they GX attack this one, it doesn't get knocked out, and we can swing again. Setting it up to hopefully get a knockout with the Buzzwole on the following turn, like I said, through the GX attack. One of the things that is kind of awkward that's going on here is we don't have a draw supporter. We don't have the Beast Ring like I was hoping to find, so I guess we could have held off on the Judge. Potentially, I was just like, well, I kind of want to draw something else here. I do have a Guzma, which could come in handy. We'll see what they go with here. They're going for a Guzma here. Bringing up this guy, gonna knock him out. And then we can respond Guzma, this guy, knock him out. Doing just enough. Oh, no, the Field Blower on the Choice Band. Oh, well, we have the Beast Energy, though. So Beast Energy still gets us there. Wait, we're doing 120? How much damage is this? How much HP does this thing have? It has, but then we run out of Guzmas. We don't run out of Guzmas. We don't have enough Guzmas to then KO these. We only play 3 Guzma in the deck. So maybe I should just come up and hit this guy. Huh. Actually created quite the awkward scenario. I think we actually have to chase him, and then we have to try and get through this one next. Yeah, I think that's going to be the way to go here. Going to be Guzma KO this guy, and then try and get through the next one. I guess we could have potentially also looked to do... I'm going to get the 4th stack here. So we're doing a minus 30. We're doing 90 damage. It's got 90 HP left, so just enough damage. So come here. And goodbye. With the Beast Raid. Yeah, so we're doing just enough damage to knock this guy out and get ourselves some more cards. That's definitely what we're lacking right now, is cards. Alright, Ultra Space to replace that. Erica's to draw some cards. Well, Nest Ball's not that good. I was saying energy. We didn't draw an energy out of the prizes, though. We can attach an energy, which will allow us to Erica's. We can Erica's with these two if we top deck a playable top deck as well. Hopefully finding ourselves a Beast Ring to finally load up this Buzzwole. That would be great. Would love to see this Buzzwole loaded up, ready to go. Yeah, so like, we don't have enough Guzmas to constantly chase stuff anymore. Which, that was like definitely a very solid win condition we want to look to utilize. We're gonna have to look to something else now. Like, it doesn't quite work anymore. There we go, taking that 10 damage from the Pollen Hazard because we do have the 4 stack attacks in play. Healing the burned as well once again. Awesome. So yeah, this goes into play. Don't really want to max potion this, so I'm going to attach instead. And then Erica's for 5. I guess I could have actually used this first. There we go. Got that Beast Ring before we lose out on being able to use Beast Ring anymore. Load up this guy. Ultra Space. Grab ourselves another Poipole. Yeah, so there's only 1 Guzma in the deck right now, actually. So yeah, we are just going to kind of miss out on that for sure. And Beast Raid, we'll see what happens. Another heads on the Beast Raid, so we're getting a little bit lucky on that, but we definitely need it, not gonna lie. We definitely need it at this point. Alright, now we're in a really awkward spot. Not doing quite enough damage at all to knock this thing out. They're gonna be able to heal it up down to, or heal it down to 80. I think they need to go all the way, though, to have it fully be safe. They might make the mistake of not GX attacking this turn, which I think we could then KO it. Potentially. Okay, that potion might put him out of range. You gotta stop doing that. Don't do that. We'll see. They did get the 3rd grass, so I think they are going to be GX attacking here. Oh, they just keep putting him down, but we just don't have enough Guzmas to chase the bench. 1 Guzma prize, 1 Guzma in deck. So yeah, not quite enough. There's another stadium. They're going to have a whole ton of stadiums to get back here. I think they will commit to the GX attack here because they did commit that extra grass down. We'll see what they go with here, though. They don't have to. There's like nothing making them. They could just go with the solar beam. Yep, solar beam, 110, and we'll take 10 more from poison. Alright, so let's see what we top deck here. Another beast ring. We're gonna replace this. Kind of torn here on what to do. Nice to roll with this. Gonna hit with the Buzzwole, I guess. Nest ball here. Grab a Buzzwole, put 2 energy on it. Ultra Space, get that last buzz out of the deck. The deck is getting really thin here as we were playing everything down. Beast Ring. 2 fighting to the bench buzz. Alright, they're pretty low on Crushing Hammers, right? Down 2. Alright, so not as low as I would like, but here we go. Knuckle Impact. Doing the 160. Here's where they're going to have to GX attack. I'm almost positive we'll finally see the GX attack. We have a really good chance of getting the switch off the bills, which is what I want to find. There's a Viridian Forest. That's not something you see super often in these Venusaur, Selby Venusaur decks. I actually don't like that at all. That should just be another Aether, man. You found room for another stadium in your build. Should be another Aether Paradise, for sure. So yeah, they're definitely going to GX attack here. They are not going to be able to knock out the Buzzwole with the GX attack, though, which is really nice. I mean, I guess they could. I mean, if they get like a Gardenia plus some more potions, I guess they might not GX attack here. Very likely they GX attack here. Yeah, very likely the GX attack will be happening. There's a Lily to draw themselves some more cards, and then I expect everything to be going to be shuffled back into the deck with the Evergreen GX. They do have the extra grass energy here. I think we're completely out of Ultra Spaces. Yeah. So the next stadium they put in play is gonna stick. There's the Evergreen. 140. Oh yeah, I was thinking I was gonna do 180, but we do have the 4 stack attackers, so only the 140. There's everything going back into the deck, and yeah, here we go. Top deck switch. That'll do. Gonna go ahead and Viridian Force away. I think one of these bills actually, because I think we'll probably be able to get a bills off the bills or a Cynthia. Yeah. Yeah. Play bills. Gonna get ourselves like max potions or Cynthia switch, I think. Ooh, Choice Band's pretty good. Choice Band, Switch. Yeah, we kind of have everything we need in our hand anyways, so that's fine with me. Switch, I think we only have, that's our last Choice Band, yeah. And then Knuckle Impact Absorptions, yeah. Knuckle Impact for 160. We'll see how much they can heal next turn. We have the modifiers of Choice Band and the Beast Energy. We have a switch in hand as well, so we can Knuckle Impact quite a few turns in a row here, and we're just gonna have to kind of hope it's enough to close out the game. We could have maybe played for the Assembly GX a little bit more than we did. I kind of forgot we had the Beast Energy, so we could have probably played for the Assembly GX actually. I probably should have played for the Assembly GX. I don't know what I was thinking. I forgot that we can use the Beast Energy, and I was like, well, we're limited to just the 2 metals, but that's not exactly true actually. I guess they could have Guzma on this, which would be pretty annoying. There it is. Guzma Psychic knockout on our Buzzwole. This does open it up so that we can actually go Guzma knockout, though, if we get the Guzma off the prizes. So actually, this doesn't actually put us in that bad of a spot from our opponent. Also, if we top deck Guzma, we do win the game. So we're just going to set up this guy, get him ready to Knuckle Impact. See what our draw is for turn. It's the Cynthia. Go ahead and check my deck here. Or discard pile. 5, 6, 7, 8. That's all of our fighting energy. Okay, we can bench this guy. I don't want to really get rid of the hand, though. Viridian Forest. I think we can thin out one of these. The Guzma is in the deck. 7-card deck. Trying to think about the best way to go about this. We could Cynthia to look for... No, I think we just... Opponent's at 2 prize cards. Yeah, I think we just Knuckle Impact here. We still have the max potion in hand, so we can still utilize that to heal. If we get a Guzma here, not quite yet. If we got the Guzma there, it would change things. But we could have looked for the Guzma off the Cynthia that we had in hand, and look to go next turn. But we need like the full max. We need max potion back in hand as well and everything. Although we do have 2 max potion left, I think there's still 1 in the deck. Yeah, we'll see how much they heal this turn. Their hand is a little bit locked up, it looks like. It seems like from how they played out their last turn. If they do have like a Gardenia or something here, we're definitely in trouble, but kind of just going to hope they don't have that. Yeah, I definitely could have played for the Assembly GX, and I probably should have. Could have like beast ringed the metal. I kind of forgot when we committed that first metal down early. I was like, okay, we can no longer assembly, but we could have actually, we could still have done it because I forget the beast energy. You know, that still could technically be the metal energy we need to use the assembly GX. Oh, there's the judge from our opponent. That's rough. Our hand was set up super nice to be able to deal with the current situation, and now not so much at all. Beast energy and Cynthia, both very good though. So that's gonna get us some stuff potentially. They got a potion though. That's gonna be rough. So it might just come down to if they have a Guzma on the next turn. Crushing Hammer, not super relevant here at all. So yeah, it's gonna be Viridian Force, thin out this Buzzwole, Beast energy to the Poiple, I believe. And then Cynthia, yeah, that's what I'm looking at here. Yeah, gonna go with the Burn Confused strategy here. Even though we just attacked with Knuckle Impact, I think they probably should just hit us harder. Can't attack on our turn after using a Knuckle Impact. All right, draw. There's the Max Potion. I don't think we want to utilize that just yet. Although they could go Guzma. No, we're gonna go Beast Energy, and we're gonna go ahead and play the Cynthia. Looking for the switch and a Naganadel. We did get rid of one of the Naganadels. All right, no switch. So it is gonna be the hard retreat of the Buzzwole to the Naganadel. We do have the Beast Energy, so we're hitting a little bit harder. Oh, it did require 3 energy. That's right. I forgot about the Absols. The Crushing Hammer was pretty good from our opponent then. I'm gonna go ahead and throw down the Choice Band as well and go for the Beast Raid. Hidden for 180. So we're close. Let's see. How can we pull something? We still have a switch left in deck. Draw for turn. So even if they poison and confuse us, we could attach to our active through using Viridian Force to get the metal energy. Attach to our active, hard retreat the Naganadel, and then switch the Stack Attacka or Buzzwole out of that. We can also play the Max Potion to thin that card out of our deck. Oh no, but there's a Gardenia. That's going to be rough. We were doing 180 last turn, so not quite a knockout. Still on the Celebi Venusaur. We're still short a little bit. They're not hitting us super hard, though, either. So I guess it's still possible for us to be able to pull this one off. But yeah, the Gardenia, we really need them to whiff the healing here this turn. Oh no, and here's a Crushing Hammer. Okay, sheesh. That would have probably been the nail in the coffin right there. There we go, there's the hit, 10 damage. Poisoned and burned. So I think we're still gonna go for like that play where we hard retreat and then switch back into it. Let's see what our top deck is. Hopefully the switch. All right, so this will definitely get us the switch. I'm gonna go ahead and use this first. Take a look at the deck. There's the energy, so we can definitely get the switch and then make that play happen with the Bill's analysis here. So we're gonna grab the switch and the Max Potion, I think. Ooh, the Guzma is actually probably better than the Max Potion though. Yeah. We could go for the Guzma play as well. Now that I'm seeing that, we could hope to get the Guzma out of the prize cards. So we could either hope to get the Guzma out of the prize cards, or well, no, we just played Bill's analysis, so we can't Guzma this turn. So we could still potentially do that. No, we can't do that next. So we just have to go for this play. Oh, we can't do it like that though. Yeah, we just have to go for this play here. We're gonna retreat to the Stack Attacka, and then switch. Yeah, I should definitely like set up for the Assembly GX play. I don't know what I was thinking. Completely forgot that Beast Energy could also be a Metal Energy. Beast Raid here, not quite a knockout, but we're so close. 180, and then they will probably burn and confuse us, and then we're just gonna have to go through the confusion flip. We're out of switch cards, I believe. I think we're down both the switch. Yep, can't retreat. We have some Guzmas left, but that's not gonna quite do it. So yeah, it is just gonna come down to a flip here for us on the Beast Raid, unless they're like completely able to heal their Celebi Venusaur. Maybe we'll get 2 flips off, actually. No, I think they'll be able to clean us up on the following turn with the Solar Beam. So yeah, gonna come down to a flip here on the confusion from the Pollen Hazard. So it's a close one here at the end. Long, drawn-out game against the Celebi Venusaur. Most of them are. We managed to get this far so far. Hopefully we'll be able to close this one out here. I'm trying to come up with like another way to potentially win the game, but I can't quite come up with anything. I think this is it. Yeah, we're completely out of energy. If they Crushing Hammer this way right now, we just lose because we actually have no energy anymore. So I'm hoping at least they let it. We are at least able to get it down to the coin flip here against the Pollen Hazard. There's the hit for 10. So it is going to be a flip against the Pollen Hazard. All right, flip through the confusion of the Pollen Hazard. Here we go. Beast Raid. Tails. No, we take 30 more damage and then poison and burn, and then our opponent is going to go ahead and hit us with the Pollen Hazard, and we have Tails, so we're going to lose here in this one, unfortunately. coin flip at the end of the Pollen. We played well, pretty well through it all. I should have set up for the attack with the GX attack or the stack attack. I just forgot that the Beast Energy could also be a Metal Energy. So when I committed that first Metal Energy down earlier, I was like, okay, can no longer use stack attack. I'm just gonna have to play like we can't do that, but we could have done that. So a little bit of a misstep there. I think we would have won if I had just played a little bit differently there and like remembered that Beast Energy can also be a metal. All right, so we take an L here in this first one. Kept it close. I think definitely a tough matchup. Our opponent had everything going on in that build. The healing, the crushing hammers, everything. Couldn't quite keep up with it in the end there because of my misstep there, but kept it close. That's all we can ask for in that matchup, I feel like. Definitely feels like a tough one. Second game here, stack attack a start, definitely not ideal, but we can work through it. We can work past it. Not the worst thing I've ever seen, but can be rough, We'll see. See what our opponent's playing here. Looks like Vulpix. Interesting, Vulpix, huh? All right, we're gonna get the Poiple here for sure. Bill's analysis. See what the options are. Ultra Space and Cynthia, I think, are gonna be the best options here. Go ahead and throw out the Ultra Space. Get ourselves another stack of tech. The whole squad's in there. Let's take a look at the energy. Price 3 fighting energy. Oh man, oh man. All right. Yep. Go ahead and grab the stack. I'm gonna go ahead and throw an energy here on this Poiple here. Not gonna forget about the assembly. Can still pull that off with the Beast Energy and go ahead and pass to our opponent. Not gonna switch just yet. Not quite sure what we're playing against. I would like a little bit more information before I make that switch play. I mean, they could be playing like a fighting Ninetales deck and then maybe have punished us for putting the Poiple in the active. It's most likely unlikely that they'll be able to punish us at all, but you never really know, so may as well just not open ourselves to get punished at all. So they got one head, so it is a Guardy deck. It is Ninetales Guardy with Nest Balls. Interesting addition there. Oh, and communication and timer ball, so they combo. No Pokemon in hand probably, but they had the Vulpix, so that seems super greedy from our opponent to not first check the timer ball before venting the Vulpix. I guess they just knew, and there's a Mudkip, so they are playing pretty standard looking Ninetales Guardy. Besides the Nest Ball, I assume that means they probably play Heavy Lily. There's another communication. Heavy Lily, probably no Elm or Bridget. One card hand is Lily. So it looks like they were safe the whole time anyways. I thought it was looking a little bit sketchy for them when they had to go timer ball to get off of communication, but no, they're doing just fine here. Second Ralts I expect is going to be coming out here. All right. So the big thing that can happen in this matchup is they can make a gigantic Gardevoir, and then we might just not be able to deal with it. So that's kind of the fear that can potentially happen. So we need to be a little bit aggressive, ideally. Yeah, aggressive as possible. Take early knockouts. I mean, it's hard for them to hit an Ganadel really, really hard, but they can do it. Yeah, aggressive as possible. Not going to bench that just yet. We're doing enough, right? 60 damage. Yeah, so Beast Raid for the knockout. Going to hold off on benching the Buzzwole. He'll probably make his way into play next turn, but I'd rather just not put it in play unless I have to. Bill's analysis making way their way to the hand. We're probably just going to be using like back-to-back bills here. Setting up, yeah, looking to be probably just using some back-to-back bills in the next coming turns. Setting up for some Beast Ring turns. Definitely want to get a Beast Ring onto a stack attacker so we can potentially be able to utilize the Gigaton Stomp to knock out a Guardy. That would definitely be super beneficial to us. So we definitely want to give ourselves the opportunity to make that play. Not a super great Pokemon to utilize the Sledgehammer on in this matchup. Probably just look to punch a Guardy with it, something like that. Yeah, nothing super good to Sledgehammer at all. But he's there, I guess. Mysterious Guidance from our opponent. They got the Candy Swampert without even using the Mysterious Guidance, so they're already off to a pretty good turn 2 so far, and now backed up by the Mysterious Guidance. Pokénav. Geez, they got all kinds of Pokemon Search in this deck. They got everything. That is definitely an interesting card to be playing here. If they're playing this, I'm assuming they're not playing Energy Lotto. Pull themselves a Swampert. I expect second Candy Swampert to come out here in just a second. Yeah, this probably means they're not playing the Energy Lotto. That is actually pretty commonly found in this deck generally. Yep, there's Candy, another Swampert. So the Swamperts aren't actually too big of a deal for us to deal with attacking wise, but it is their draw engine in the Guardy deck. So we don't really want them to have two of these, just kind of set up cruising already on turn 2. But if it means they don't have Guardies in play, it's kind of fine. A thing I just literally completely forgot about in this matchup is they have Sublimation GX. I completely spaced on that one. They do have Sublimation GX that we have to deal with. So I probably should have benched this Buzzwole in fear of Candy Guardy, Attach, Secret Spring, and then maybe I would want to like just Sledgehammer this. With the way it's currently looking though, we have like the Guzma Sledgehammer, Ultra Space, get out of Buzzwole, put 2 energy on a Buzzwole, or we could just Beast Ring to this. This is probably Beast Ring into this a little bit better actually. There's an Erica's for 3. Erica's with the Swampert. I'm not sure about that combo. But they are down 2 rare candy, so them finding Candy Guardy, not super likely, and it doesn't look like they have it. Awesome. Did not want to have to deal with that. I'm going to go ahead and thin out a... I think I just want to get another Stag Attacker here, to be honest. Maybe Poipole to set up another Meganadel. Let's get another stack. Go ahead and Bills. Get ourselves a Beast Ring. And... actually, Erica's. We already have the Shuffle Draw of Tate and Liza, so I think I want the Erica's instead, actually. Stack. And I'll go ahead and bench the Buzzwole as well. Set up for the 2-shot here. I'll attach to the Buzzwole as well. And then Beast Raid. If they really want to go out of their way and like Guzma knock out Buzzwole, they can go for it. That's fine with me. Yeah, and then get off this Beast Raid here. Yeah, we're chilling. I like the hand. We can build on it again with Bills next turn, especially if they don't take a knockout next turn. They might not. If they do, we have the Sledgehammer knockout here, and then we got Beast Ring to this, Beast Ring to a Buzzwole. Yeah, we can build more on the hand with the Bills analysis, and then look to go to the Ericas. If they don't take any knockout next turn, it's great. We get to build on the hand with Bills again, and then have Ericas for once we play everything down in one turn and just kind of go from there. So, yeah, we got options. We got options for sure. Really just gonna come down to what our opponent has going on more so than anything. What they're gonna end up with doing on their turns here. A lot of interesting. Ooh, they play heavy Acerola. 2 Acerolas. Jeez, man. And the Ralts makes its way into the active. Is it just gonna be the Beckon, or do they have a Candy Gardevoir in hand? There's an Ultra Ball. That's usually a decent sign that Candy Gardevoir is on its way. Whoa, 3rd Mudkip too. So they're really reliant on. They just got a bizarre supporter line here. The supporter line in this list is just bizarre. The overall like draw support in general though. There's the Beckon. I would imagine it's gonna grab an Acerola. We'll see though. There it goes. Go ahead. Do it. Do the Beckon. I think we do want to Guzma knock out the Vulpix here. Because it does mean. But knocking out a Ralts is good too. I don't know if I really care if they. Ultra Space here. Let me think what I'm gonna grab. I don't know if I really care if they Sublimation me. I think I might just want to take out the Ralts. I'm kind of undecided here as of right now on what I want to do with that. I'm gonna grab the. Put another stack in play. That's kind of cool, I guess. The 4th stack. Could just grab a Buzz though and bench the Poipole. That seems cool too. Let's go ahead with the Buzz analysis first. Nest Ball, Choice Band, maybe a 3rd Beast Ring actually. Yeah, Choice Beast. Yeah, bench the Poipole, give ourselves another Meganadel, and then just knock out the active. We're gonna go ahead and hold on to the energy here. Leave our options, maximize our options for our next turn. Get another prize ahead. Yeah, I don't. If they KO this with the Ninetales, commit 2 energy to a Ninetales, I don't think I really care. So we're just gonna go ahead and chill. GX attack currently doing how much? Not quite enough to one-shot a Ninetales yet. Ninetales making its way back down. All right, they're gonna get a Guardy out for sure this turn. Finally, took them a while, but they are here now. There it is. Candy and a Palpad. Get some of their supporters back. Rare Candy Guardy. They do eventually run out of. They might just GX attack here. Actually, I actually wouldn't be too surprised if they GX attacked, because the Acerolas are not that good if you don't have rare candies. So they might go Palpad these 2 things back in, and then GX attack here for some rare candies, as well as the Palpad, some energy. Yeah, I think that might be what we're seeing here. And then their deck is basically just all gas from there. It would just be all the GX cards back into the deck. They might wait a turn to do that and use the Acerola, then Palpad into Acerolas, and then go with the GX attack. That way they fully maximize their resources. We'll see here though. There's an energy recycle system happening, so I feel like they probably are going to wait a turn on the GX attack. That is a lot of stuff for us to potentially get through though. That is just a ridiculous amount of stuff that we're going to have to get through. All right, I'm up for the task though. We'll see where this one goes. That's actually interesting. Interesting build from our opponent for sure. We pretty much have 2 prizes, hopefully locked up with a Gigaton Stomp at some point, as long as we're able to find the Beast Energy. That's going to be the big thing. We can Beast Ring fighting in a metal onto this, but there is our second metal tied up on this Naganadel GX, so we will need the Beast Energy to get this guy attacking at all if we want to. Yeah, I'm actually interested to see how this one goes. We have triple Beast Ring in hand, so we're all ready to go at some point. We just need the go-ahead from our opponent and have them actually start taking prizes. I'm curious if they will Pal Pad and then GX attack, or if they're just going to go ahead and hit us for a little bit, let us hit them back, and then Acerola this. We do know they have the Acerola in hand, and then look to go with the GX attack with the next one, getting back Pal Pad, Acerolas, so on. We'll see what they go with here. There's a Secret Spring. They could also with the current setup GX. They could also Sublimation us this turn if they really wanted to. That's also another potential play from our opponent here. That means they don't get access to the Twilight GX though, which I would be fine with. I would be 100% fine with them going with the Sublimation GX over the Twilight GX. I actually am a little bit more scared of the Twilight GX here. The amount of resources they would get back and how much stuff we kind of have to go through to like knock them out would be a little bit ridiculous. So they are heavy committing to the active though, so we're probably just going to get hit pretty hard here. 90 damage, so actually not even that hard. Max potion please? Yeah, not quite. Thin out the deck by another stack. I actually might take nothing. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take nothing here. Don't mind evolving this Naganadel. Could retreat to the other Naganadel, but I'm actually just kind of fine with letting this one go and saving our healing cards for like later on. Like not preserving this one on the bench and then looking for healing cards. I'm fine with just kind of hitting this and seeing what our opponent does. Because I'm actually very curious as to what their game plan is now. I would assume it involves Acerola this, bring up this Guardy GX attack, but it might just be Sublimation. It can't be Sublimation, right? No, there's no way it's going to be Sublimation. But if they don't GX attack this turn, it gets a little bit awkward for will they ever be able to GX attack, actually. So if they're going to GX attack, they kind of have to GX attack this turn, actually, I feel like. But we'll see. We'll see what they decide to do. They basically have they do have access to their whole deck this turn if they want. So, and they have the Pal Pad left, so they don't deck out as well. So I'm curious. I'm curious to see what our opponent's gonna do here. They could commit more energy here, but that never seems right to like overload this Gardevoir. But it looks like that is what they're gonna go for here. As another Secret Spring makes its way down onto the bench Gardevoir. Yeah, they're going to overload the active Gardevoir and knock out our Naganadel. Alright, so we'll get the Sledgehammer turn to knock this out, which is perfect. It's like a perfect Sledgehammer turn for us, pretty much. And then they're going to have to GX attack. There's no way they don't GX attack on the following turn. Here comes the Pal Pad from our opponent. Ooh, wait, switching to this one. Alright, so they're GX attacking this turn. Alright, switching things up on us. Going to GX attack this turn. We're definitely chasing this Gardevoir, knocking that out. Definitely gonna knock out that Gardevoir. We're not letting him potentially heal this thing, Acerola it later on. Oh, have they not played a draw supporter yet? Well, never mind. They're gonna go ahead and Acerola that right now. So we'll probably go ahead and Guzma knock out the Ralts. That'll make its way down. I assume it'll make its way down. They have another switch. They could still Sublimation, I guess. The Ninetales is now set up, but no, it's Twilight GX. No longer have to be afraid of Sublimation. They're going to get back Acerolas, a bunch of energy. They should have probably Pal Padded. I think we saw a Pal Pad, right? Unless I was just like blind. They need to get some Ralts back. 1 or 2 Ralts. If they get 0 Ralts back, we're just going to knock this Ralts out. Then they're going to be in a pretty awkward spot. So, yeah. There's a lot of stuff they need to get back. They definitely should have Pal Padded. I'm pretty sure they had Pal Pad. They need to get back Red Candies because it looks like they don't play Curlia. Or if they do play Curlia, it's definitely prized. Let's see what they went with here. I know some stuff. I actually have no idea what the heck they got. See, attach Guzma. Yeah, I'm not trying to overfill my hand. That's why I haven't been using the Ultra Space, because I want to be able to like Erika's potentially. When all is said and done. Hitting the active would actually also be fine here with the Beast Ray. No, because then they can potentially just Acerola it. How many Rare Candy did they get back? All of them. Yeah, so we don't want to really give them the opportunity to like overly Acerola, so we're just going to knock this thing out. And then they'll have to put down another Ralts, and then we'll go ahead and knock that Ralts out and really like kind of cut our opponent, push our opponents onto one Gardevoir. And yeah, if we force them onto just the solo Gardevoir, they can't like Acerola it because they have no Ralts to put it back down on. So that's going to be our game plan here. And I think we're going to pretty much have this one just locked up at this point. Yeah, we're going to Guzma knock out that Ralts next turn. Whether they're able to knock us out, which I don't think they'll be able to do. If they get it, congrats. But we're just going to go ahead and maybe we punch. No, punching the Gardevoir is bad because then they're just gonna Azarola. So we chase the Ralts and then deal with the Gardevoir after is going to be our game plan. We'll also get the Beast Ring access at that point. We'll Beast Ring down to everything. If our opponent kind of just does this, though, and just punches their active, yeah, same thing. Chase the Ralts and then look for a GX KO on the following turn. There's a Guzma from our opponent, so I think they're going to go after our Buzzwole here. Interesting. Do they actually KO it, though? I'm not quite sure. They're just going to go with a Snowy Wind? All right, well, this is super weak. Only 40 to the active. And then we're just going to go ahead and chase the Ralts. Yeah, our opponent's in a terrible spot at this point. They kind of like did nothing to pressure us early on. And now it's built up into this shenanigans that there's no way they can deal with the current board state we got going on. Here we go, Beast Raid, knock out this Ralts. And that's gonna about do it, I think. Our opponent's gonna have to knock out a GX Pokemon. Even if they don't, we don't really care if we get access to Sledgehammer or not at this point. Yeah, our opponent is now out of Ralts completely, unless they play a Stretcher and get it out of the prize cards. Generally, this deck doesn't play Stretcher. If you need to recover anything, you just use the Twilight GX. So, yeah, there's another energy. This is going to be a big Guardy. This might one-shot us here. I'm actually not sure. Was it 6, 7, 8? Yeah, it just one-shots us. All right, they did it. So they get the one-shot, but we get access to Sledgehammer. We're going to load up a bunch of stuff on our bench. If they want to keep the big Guardy to KO, another thing is going to have to stay and play damage, which means they can't do that, which means they have to like heal it, which means they lose all the energy in play, which means then they can't knock out anything. It's just kind of gets a little bit gross for our opponent here. They're finally seeing their first prize cards. I'm trying to think about if there's a better way to do this, but no, this just seems like the best way to do it. And if we get Beast Energy here, we do just win the game because we'll be able to take the knockout. But with the Stack Attack, we are going to thin out quite a bit of the deck here as well. Fighting, going to the Buzz. And then another Beast Ring, Fighting Metal, going to the Stack Attacker. And then you know what? We're going to go ahead and slip in another Beast Ring there, and we're going to get nothing. Could hit him with the Judge. Doesn't seem that great. That energy in hand is like okay. Everything kind of stinks here, actually. Could just Titanize that Shuffle Draw. I think that's the best way to go. The hand wasn't really that good. I mean, I had everything we like needed to like win the game on the next turn potentially, but I'm gonna go ahead and use this now. Grab ourselves another stack of tack and a swing with Sledge. Maybe I should have held the last hand actually. I guess now we could potentially be in an awkward spot. Let's see. What does our opponent's discard pile look like? They have access to at least one more Guzma because they play a full art and a non-full art, and I have seen the non-full art, so we know that's back in the deck, and they have access to that on their turn. Which means they're probably going to go ahead and Guzma knock out our Stack Attacker. Yeah, Stack Attacker is probably going down. And then we need to find an energy. So maybe I should have just held the last hand because it just had an energy in it, and that's all I needed to win the game on this next turn. If I had to guess, though, they would only play 2 Guzma. So we could just bring the Buzzwole back up and just smack him again. Here comes another Secret Spring from our opponent onto the Swampert. Oh, of course, though, they might just actually start attacking with Swampert. It's going to be Acerola. The Lele. Alright. I don't think this is a winning play from our opponent, but they're really afraid of us having an energy here. Wondrous Labyrinth, but no problem for us. This deck does play 4 Ultra Space, and we got one in hand ready to go. So we're going to just bump that back immediately. Not today. And here's the Snowy Wind. Just for 40, because we do have 3 Stack Attackers, so it does 70. Nope, reduced to 40. And we got, what's it called? They'll take none of the bench damage either because of the Stack Attackers as well. So Stack Attackers really putting in work here. Can we get a switch and Acerola? Ooh, wait, there's draw supporters here. No switch. Let's go for Acerola and Cynthia. I like that a little bit better. And then just go ahead and punch this guy. 120. So they will be able to retreat this thing and knock this thing out with the Swampert finally. They also have to reset their deck though. Yeah, definitely, for sure have the Candy Guardy. They put back all 4 candies into the deck. I guess they didn't really account for us chasing the Ralts, though, and them not being able to use them as efficiently as they wanted. Here's a Secret Spring coming down. Probably just going to, look to load up the Guardy once again. Make its way there. They might actually attack with Guardian. Oh, they did just attach there. So they are attacking with Guardy for sure. They're not even might. They are 100% attacking with Guardy. But actually, with the Acerola, we are going to be able to pick up this Naganadel, get the Metal Energy back, and then take the knockout with Gigaton Stomp or Assembly GX. So we do have win next turn. Being able to reuse that Metal Energy that got stuck on the Naganadel in the early game that I put there because I didn't really want to whiff on that Cynthia I played. I think it was a Cynthia that I played early on. Yeah, I played that Cynthia early on. I was like, I don't really want to whiff energy here, so I'm just going to commit the metal, even though metal is super nice potentially in this matchup with the Stag Attack. Oh, they haven't played a supporter yet. There's the Guzma. Oh, but that's not going to be a knockout, I don't think, on the Stag Attacker. Definitely the correct thing to pressure from our opponent, though, because this thing will eventually just be able to, we'll eventually draw into an energy and knock something out. We wouldn't have, like, Beast Ring to this if we couldn't potentially knock something out. I don't think they quite calculated the Ace of Roll, though. We're just going to go ahead and do that right now and hit him with that Assembly GX for the big damage here. Boom, there it is. And we're going to go ahead and clean up this Gardevoir deck here in our second game with this deck. So that's going to do the video. That's going to be it for the video on the BeastBox deck, guys. We played against some interesting decks, interesting Celosaur list into a Gardevoir. Took an L versus Celosaur in the beginning. Came down to a coin flip because of my earlier miscalculation of thinking I would not be able to attack with Assembly GX anymore. And then we go ahead and pretty cleanly clean up this Gardevoir deck. But yeah, that's going to do it. I think BeastBox is actually pretty decent right now. It has just a bunch of really good matchups and really bad matchups. So playing it into the right local meta or meta in general, you can do definitely have some success with it. It's kind of a fun deck to play, something different, something new to play around with as well. In a format that's getting a little bit stale, just kind of a lot of Zapdos and just lightning stuff everywhere. So it's nice to get a little bit of a switch up until the new set comes out with this BeastBox deck. But yeah, that's going to do it, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to subscribe. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Links to my Twitch live stream and social medias in the description below. That's all I got, guys. Have a good one.